Let me start recording my screen. All right. Let me present mode. Let me stop sharing and reshare. Okay. Let me reshare my entire screen. Stop sharing this. Entire screen. Um, Let me know if you can see my screen, and just give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen.
Yes, please.
All right. Thank you. Go to presentation mode. All right. So we are going to virtual machines today. I have already talked a little more about this, but we will look into this much further. After that, if there is time, I'll go back to IP addressing. I will also be doing a full video on IP address for you guys so that you can watch it later. Okay, so we are going to talk about virtual machines. As the name implies, when we say something is virtual, um, how do we understand it? If you say something is virtual, you can raise up your hand. If you say something is virtual, how do we understand it? Hello, hello.
Yes, hi.
Okay, I wanted to make sure if you guys can hear me. Okay, so
Okay.
if you say something is virtual, can someone give us you can go outside IT. Normally when we say something is virtual, what does it mean? All right, Jay, can you help us? Hello, Jay.
Um, in layman's terms, I don't know if I'm correct. Something that is not in physical form. I don't know, but it's projected for everyone to see. That's my understanding of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. So virtual is like opposite of physical. Yeah. So with virtual, you can have a physical feel of it. So when you take, yes, say your laptop for instance, you can feel your laptop, you can touch your laptop. But when we talk about let's say an image, you can only see an image on your phone, but you cannot touch that image on your phone. Um, the same thing applies to virtual machines. Virtual machines is like our normal laptop, but with this one, they are virtual. You only see it inside maybe a certain machine. You cannot feel it as you are feeling your own laptop. So when we talk about virtual machine, that's what it means. So instead of you having access to a physical computer, a physical device, this one you will get the same thing as the physical device, but you will not have the ability to touch it or how a feel of how it is. You only see it and work with it. So when we talk about virtual machines, we are talking about a software-based stimulation of physical computers that we can use to deploy different versions of operating systems. Yeah, so instead of you buying, let's say, two laptops, three laptops, or four laptops, physical laptops to get a hold of it, you can have just one laptop, one physical computer, and you can install different operating system on these computers. So let's say your favorite computer is Mac OS. You are using Mac, but at the same time, you want to have a feel of how Windows operating system works. You want to have a feel of how Linux operating system works. You can buy just one Mac OS or MacBook. You have access to your Mac operating system, all the other features. But with virtual machines, you can also install Windows on the same physical Mac machine. You can also install Linux on the same one physical Mac operating system. So with just one machine, you can now have access to three or more operating systems at the same time. They are not physical, but they will work the same as the physical machine, the same as having different computers that have this operating system installed on. So that's how virtual machines works. So it's just like stimulation of a physical computer. They are important when it comes to when you want to isolate operating system, you want to isolate resource, you want to manage IT infrastructure. So why do we need virtual machines when it comes to server administration? We have already talked about some types of servers. We talk about mail server, file server, DHCP server, DNS server. We talk about all these things in our previous lesson. So let's say you want to have a mail server, you want to have a file server, you want to have a print server. Instead of you going to the market, you buy maybe four different computers. This one will be my file server. This one will be my print server. This one will be my DNS server. This one will be my DHCP server. Having these different four computers will be costly. So with virtual machines, you can just buy one physical computer, one powerful computer. Then you install all these different servers on that same computer. All right. So we have different type of softwares that help us deploy virtual machines. So if you want to deploy a virtual machine, you need to use one of these softwares that help in installing virtual machines on a physical computer. Here we call it host computer. So if let me show you this. Okay. So this interface that you are seeing, this is my main machine. I don't know if you can see my main machine. Okay, yeah. So this main machine that you are seeing with a bulb and some laptop there, this is my host machine. This is the physical machine that I'm using, or the host machine. So although I'm having this one machine, I can still have access to different operating systems using my VMware. So instead of me going to the market, going to buy Apple MacBook or going to buy a machine and installing Linux on, with this software here, VMware, I can have access to Apple, I can have access to Linux-based operating system without needing to buy another computer. So this is how virtual machine works. Okay. So back to our presentation. So with VirtualBox, they all works the same, just that it's coming from different IT companies. VirtualBox is from Oracle. VMware is from, I think, yeah, their name is VMware, something like that. Yeah. So the most popular one is VMware, but we also have VirtualBox that's free from Oracle. We also have the Microsoft Hyper-V. This one too, you can have access to it, the Microsoft Hyper-V. So these are three virtual machine software that you can install on your one physical computer so that you have access to other operating systems. Yeah. The most popular one is VMware. So I'll be using VMware for all the other demos that um, we will be doing. All right. Up to this point, any question? A minute. Uh, you said someone is saying the line is breaking. A minute. Some come. Amen. Is it still breaking now, or is it okay? Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Oh, okay. Someone tested in the group that the line is breaking. Okay. Maybe it's the person's network. All right. So, any question up to this point? If no question, you continue. All right. Okay. So the last time we talk about how we can enable virtualization. I don't know if your computer is on, you can check if virtualization is enabled on your machine by right clicking on your task bar, then go to task manager. We can all do that to check if our virtual machine has been or virtualization has been enabled on our machine. Let me see if I can use Magnify to expand this. Magnify, okay. And then Magnify always change. Okay. So here you go to Task Manager and you click on Performance. Then you Task Manager, then you click on Performance. You should see something like this, similar like this on your computer. So you see virtualization, either enabled or disabled. So check yours. If it's not enabled, let me know. Okay, so I'm waiting for response. If yours is enabled, you can just reserve. your hand. If it's not enabled, let me know. Okay, Lydia said S is enabled. All right. So if yours is not enabled, raise up your hand. Let's do it before we continue. No one answers that. That means everyone's virtualization technology is enabled, right? Um, Let me close the light. Kind of. Okay. So if everyone's virtualization is enabled, we'll continue with the features of the VMware. So we talk about the features of the VMware. All right. Please hold on a minute. Let me work on my network a little bit. A minute. Please a minute. I will be with you shortly. Give me some 2 minutes. Let me fix something.
Okay.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. On to free. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, please.
All right. Sorry about the delay. Can you see my screen too? Um,
No.
I just because okay. Share screen. Share screen. Share screen. Like ice cream. Okay. What about now?
Yes.
Okay. I want to use the magnifier so that you can see it properly. My font size is too small. I wanted to change it, but still not working. Okay. So this one is okay. All right. So this is the virtual machine software that we are going to use. That VMware. We have VirtualBox and other ones, but we are going to focus on the VMware. So when you open the VMware application, this application helps you run different operating systems on one physical computer. So can see I have Windows Server 2019 here. Windows 10 2 is here. Have a Windows 10 demo here. I can also install Apple Mac OS on this same physical machine. So if you come and I'm using maybe an Apple OS, you don't know the difference between the one that I'm using and the normal one that you find on Apple computers. They will have the same feature, the same other future stuff that you want to see on the physical Mac OS. So it works the same thing. All right. So if um, let's say you have opened your app for the first time, when you go to file, we have different features here. You can create a new virtual machine. That's if you want to create a new maybe Windows 10, Windows 7. There's also a shortcut, that's Control N, that you can use to create a new virtual machine. We have new partial open VM. We will not talk about that. You don't need that. If you want to create a new window, open a new window of the virtual machine. There is a way that you can do that. You can also connect this virtual machine to your maybe host server. So maybe the host server will be running, let's say DHCP server. You can connect it to maybe another virtual machine server that is running a print server. They will all work together. So when you go to file, that's what you see there. Okay, edit to give you the opportunity to do cut, copy and paste. You can also edit the virtual network. Preference is the same as settings in the virtual machine. Preference is the same as settings. Okay, so when I click on preference right now, to send me to the settings of the virtual machine. This is it. So from here, we have this one give you the location of the virtual machine that is currently running. So if I create a new virtual machine, this is the location that it will be saved to. From my C drive uses the name of the computer or the name of the user, and inside my document folder, you see virtual machines. So right now, if I open File Explorer and go to documents, I should see virtual machines folder there. When I click on documents, here you can see I have a folder called virtual machines. So this folder store all my virtual machines. Any virtual machine that I create, it will be stored here. A folder will be created for that virtual machine here. So if I double click on this, okay, magnified. Okay. So if I open this virtual machine folder, you see that I have three folders here: Windows 10, Windows 10 Demo, and Windows Server 2019. So this is just the virtual machines that I have created. This is it. So any new machine that I created, it will have a folder here automatic, which will store the configuration files of the server. Yeah, so this an example files about my Windows Server 2019. So any machine that you create inside the VM, it will have a folder here. You can change the location when you are creating a new virtual machine, but I will maintain the documents folder for now. Okay, so inside the preference, there is some changes that you can do with the location. I've already looked at it. We also have the version of the virtual machine that we are using. So sometimes you can migrate a virtual machine from one physical computer to another physical computer. So let's say on your first computer you are running VMware Workstation 16 point something Pro or something like that. If you move that virtual machine from that physical computer to a new physical computer running VMware Workstation 17, you need to come to the settings, come to workspace, then you choose workstation 17. If you don't do these changes, sometimes you'll be facing compatibility issues. So always when you migrate or when you move a virtual machine from one physical computer to another, you need to check this compatibility issues. We also have inputs. So as I've already said, the virtual machine is like having a physical computer inside another physical computer. Just that this one is virtual. So it gives you other options that physical computers have. You can see we have the opportunity to use keyboard and mouse inside the virtual machine. I will power on one virtual machine and we will look at it later. We can use the cursor inside the virtual. We also have some hotkeys here that we can use. Control Shift Alt. So it give you shortcut. If you want to enter full screen, you can just press Control Alt Enter. Then the VM will take your entire screen. If you want to exit, the same thing. Control Alt Enter, and it will exit the full screen. Okay. We also have display settings. So you can see the preference have other settings that we can all use. You can also update your virtual machine from the preference, feedback, memory. You can see total memory size is 8 gig. So it give me the opportunity to choose the memory that I want to allocate to the virtual machine. So these are all settings that you can do with your virtual machine. That's under edit. We have preference here. When it comes to network to when it comes to network too, you can also do some network changes here. You can add network adapters and other stuffs also here. My IP address is shown here. That's the host IP address that I'm using. It's showing here. Also have a private IP address for my VMnet 8. That's another network adapter that I'm using. Okay. So from the edit, go to view. View here, you can send it to full screen. You can also do some customizations if you want to change how the interface looks like. With F8, instead of we having the computers here, when you go to view, we can send it down using the terminal bar. These are all other things that you can do if you like those ones. Then under VM, this is where everything about every setting that you want to do about a specific VM takes place. Laptop is having network issues. I don't know why the phone works fine, but the laptop is. Let me try share this. Okay. All right. It's showing now, right?
No, it's not.
Okay. Please, it is showing now.
Yes, please.
Hello. Okay. All right. So from the VM side to we have access to settings about our individual virtual machines. So the VM tab deals with only settings about a specific virtual machine. So we have power here. The power deals with if you want to turn on a VM, if you want to suspend a VM, if you want to restart a VM. That's what the power side do. You can also remove or add a storage device or removable storage device. So you can insert a pen drive into your virtual machine. We use this side to control it. We also pause. Yeah, you can pause your VM. Works like hibernating our normal operating system. You can also take screenshots. You can say I have one screenshot for day one. The screenshot is like taking a backup of your machine. So let's say this one is a production environment. You can take a snapshot maybe every week or every month just to serve as a backup. So should in case after updates a machine fail, you can just revert back to the specific snapshot that you create. So the snapshot can also be called backup. Just take a backup of that machine. You also have manage here. With manage, you can clone a machine. Clone means that same machine that you have configured. You want to have the same configuration, the same wallpaper, the same machine name, the same thing. You want to have a copy of it. You use the clone to do that. So after you clone, you get access to the same virtual machine. So now it will be two, the same machine with two two same names. It will appear here. So let's say, let me try that one on my Windows 10. If I select the Windows 10, go to VM, go to manage and click on clone, you see I will be having the same Windows 10 again. Next, create a full clone. Next, then finish. So after the clone is done, you see that we have another machine here called Windows 10. Clone Windows 10. So the same thing will appear at the my computer side. This one is going to take forever. Okay, let's give it some time. Okay, as we wait, if you have many questions, you can raise up your hand and ask. Any question? It's taking forever. The reason why this one is taking long is because it will take a full shot or a full copy of that Windows 10 and replicate it here. That's why it's taking it's long. Let's give it some time. All right. Seems the network issue is everywhere. No problem with that. I'll just be wrapping up. Okay. So we can see now the clone operating system is here. We have Zoom. Oh, let's use the magnifier. So, all right. So we can see now the clone Windows 10 is showing here. So instead of we going through installation to install it step by step, we can just clone the old one. Then we have access to another machine on and running. So this is how you can do a clone of an existing virtual machine. That's it. We also have, if you also want to delete a virtual machine, you can just say delete from disk. It will delete the entire virtual machine. So let's say I have finished working with this clone Windows 10 and I want to delete it. Just select it. You can also right click on it, then go to manage. You see delete from disk here, or you select it, you go to VM, go to manage, then go to delete from disk. It will be deleted from your machine. Yes. Okay. So we can see the machine has been deleted. We also have settings. Before we talk about some of the features of the settings, you can also have access to the settings here if you want to do any changes to your virtual machine. responding. Okay. So here too, you can change the size of the RAM of that particular VM. Can change the hard disk size. Can do all these changes to your VM here. You can add network adapters to from here. You have sound card, USB controllers, and other settings that you can also have access to it here. That is for the VM tab. Let me put this. Okay. We also have tabs. If you want to open new tabs or the tab that has been opened. So the tab is this one's Home, Windows Server 2019. This ones you can close them from the tabs or you can just control it from here. We also have the help if you want to learn more about VMware. We have some documentations that you have access to if you want to learn more about virtual machines. There are some documentation that will be very much helpful for you to go through. You can also do some online search or YouTube search to find some basic information about virtual machines and how you can use them effectively. Yeah, this network. Others have left the call because of network. All right. So we'll not talk much about virtual machines. I think the most important ones have been already been discussed. Okay, so I will try and do a separate video about virtual machines and post it so that you have access to it. I want to end the meeting so that I'll prepare the video for you guys. If you have any question, you can ask. And also concerning our starting time, if you want us to change it to maybe 7 o'clock, maybe that one will help us to get more people to join. So let me know so that I'll do that adjustment. Okay, so any question? If no question, we will end here and I'll prepare the videos for you guys to have access to it. Any question? J. Miriam, Lydia, any question?
Hi, I just have one question. What's the name of the app you're using? I just need to know the name.
Yeah, VMware Workstation.
Okay, thank you.
Let me type it in the chat so that you get. Uh, okay, so I've typed it in the chat. That's VMware Workstation. So that's what we'll be using for the rest. The rest is more of hands-on. So if you don't have the software, it's going to be hard, but no problem. If you can't have access to the software too, I will use mine, then you go through it step by step. All right. So if no question, we will end here. I'll try and do a special recording about. I will upload this session, but I'll try and also do, because of the network, I'll do a separate recording on this for you guys. All right. So if no question,
All
have
right,
a
bye.
good night. Bye bye. or if there's a question too, I'm still on the call. All right.